Good evening, YouTube. Home Theater Joe. And as usual, I hope y'all are happy, healthy, and doing well. We're going to do a little bit of Thursday night discussion here. Have some demo material I want to talk about. But before I get there, let me just say I want to go back to some MMA stuff real quick. And you guys take it where you want to go. We'll talk about what you want to talk about while we're here if you want. But I do want to talk about what I really missed this morning, man. I should have said something about it, man. This is what I meant to talk about. This is huge, huge. Benil Dariush, hope I'm pronouncing that right. Injured. Bobby Green steps in. This is huge, y'all. And I'm a huge fan of Bobby Green for this. He just got the win last weekend. He's going to be. What is this? I don't know what the turnaround is for that. It's very short. Um, and he didn't really take any damage. Taking a half step back though, man, that's really bad for Benil. Because I think he had a real shot against Islam. Look, if you guys have been following this, let me know what you think. Benil was going to be the test for Islam. Makachev, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. And he was going to be the test. I think that Benil is just terribly underrated, to be honest with you. I mean, he's high in the ranking, but I do think he's undervalued, probably by the UFC and the fans. He's good everywhere, and the thing I love about him the most, or one of the things I love about him, is he doesn't look exactly the part. He's a little deceptive, so that's fun. Big fan, and I really was hoping to see that fight, and that was going to be such a barometer for Islam Makhachev. I mean, that was going to tell us all we needed to know. The hype is probably real behind him and Hazmat. Like, that's all I can say, but that's a real letdown. So I feel for Benil, and obviously wish him a speedy recovery, man, because we want to see him back in the ring. Um, yeah, that's terrible news for him. But in his place, we get Bobby Green again. The quick turnaround. Um, it's tough. Because Islam definitely has the advantage in this fight. There's just no way to get around it. So we'll see. But good on Bobby Green. I'm a big fan of what he's doing here. So we'll have to see where that goes. Very interesting. But I talked a little bit of MMA this morning, and that totally slipped my mind. So just wanted to recap that, make sure I got that out there. Also, side note, this weekend, I believe we have Mike Perry against, oh man, I'm going to forget his name. Let's see here. Who's Mike Perry? I don't want to get it wrong. Let's go, Mike. Let's see. Mike Perry's fighting Julian. Is that his name? Let's see. Julian Lane. Yes, that's right. Julian Lane. That should be a really fun watch. So if you get a chance to watch that, I mean, I know it's a little tough. It's brutal. That bare knuckle stuff is not for the faint of heart. So it'll be a really good contest if you can sit through it, I guess. Let's move to the home theater side of things. That's something I'm excited about. We've been obviously demoing a good bit of material with the MC1 in house. That is going lovely. It is. There are hiccups. There are things. So again, I just still want to keep testing, but there may be some handshaking, whatever. We'll get to that at some point. But needless to say, the MC1 has has performed flawlessly, right? It's just, sorry, that's dumb to say. It hasn't performed flawlessly. Let's go back, if I can, please. Let's uh let's take a look over here. I think stuffed it down here. What is it? Right? Okay. Yeah, let's have a look here. So here is the rack off. As you can see, we have the Emotiva XPA Gen 3 5 channel down here at the bottom. It's beautiful. The basics A4 right here. The LG UBK90 4K Blu-ray player, which I'm currently looking for a replacement for, to be totally honest. I cannot control the output. I'm only allowed to do auto or 2160. I actually talked about it in the review I did, but it boggles my mind as to why I cannot choose to output in 1080p. That's neither here nor there. That's a totally different discussion. And here we have obviously the brains of the operation, the basics, MC1. So that's a 13.2 channel processor. I chose to put the Blu-ray player in between the amps and the processor just to hopefully give them a little bit of space. I don't know if it made any difference. Uh, let's see, what else do we have here? And of course, we have the rack on. Again, you got your 5 channel here, your 4 channel. Man, it has been quite the experience, y'all, going from AVR to separates. It's just been real fun, you know. And I want to talk a little bit more about that. Hey, CG, my man, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. Uh, yeah, actually, well, okay. To answer the question, I can really appreciate what she's done and what she is doing in judo, in combat sports, in the Olympics. I'm gonna be totally honest with you because this is a new thing I'm kind of doing here on YouTube. She's juiced to the gills, and I don't. I know everybody's doing it, okay, especially at that high elite level. But I'm sick of saying that as an excuse and call me, old fashioned if you will. But I would love to see that warrior. Let me see where you think she'll end up. Honestly, I think she stays where she's at. People here in the States, we tend to forget about one FC and one championships. We forget about glory. These are huge promotions overseas. Uh-oh. Ashy Slashy. What you doing, buddy? Okay, go ahead. You get your bag. Oh. Okay, out of the kitty litter box? Yeah. Oh, good. My mom said I can put this back in the bucket. Thank you. Thank you, my love. So I kind of think and also Amanda Nunes has been dethroned now, and that I believe was a big target for her. So we'll have to see what happens with Amanda Nunes and Pena. If that fight, which is going to go down, they're going to be coaches, I believe, of the Ultimate Fighter. So that fight's going down, and yeah. Shout out to I'm Theater Joe Jr. Yeah, Ashy Slashy in the house. Um, yeah, so yeah, that's that. I think there's a good possibility she stays right where she is, man. To answer your question. Amanda still has a strap at 145. That is true, but I think Amanda's going to be totally focused. I think Amanda has graduated. Actually, if I were to take a stab in the dark at this point in her career, she's left ATT, and I don't think that's exactly for selfish, reasons. That at first I kind of thought, that might have been a mistake for her. But when you reach a certain level of competition, it doesn't really behoove you to train with all these champions in a gym. That's just a theory I have because, it's like being, I guess, a student in a classroom. If the teacher has to deal with 30 kids, that teacher's not going to have much time for one on one instruction or teaching with yourself, or in this case, Amanda Nunes. So she has now moved and I guess starting her own gym, and she's going to focus solely on her career and of course her wife's career. They're both going to be training together at the gym. So she as well as is on the UFC roster. Those guys are going to focus and hone in and pay a lot of money to tailor their camps and their training regimen to their needs. And I don't blame her one bit. I think that they're just at that level, and that's probably what needs to be done for them. I'm gonna pop this one back up because this one's hilarious to me. I like it. Good call, CG. So yeah, another half a step back here. I was like, I believe, yeah, the Mike Perry, Julian Lane fights this weekend. That should be pretty fun to watch if you can sit through that. All great questions from my friend CG here. But now, let's. I do kind of want to transition and shift gears into and sorry if you hear the household going. It's just it is what it is. I love my people, right? Uh, let's see. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Do you agree with Cejudo that Hazmat Chevy is the one to end it? Yeah, I do. Honestly, I don't think any of this is hype. Actually, Hazmat was, um, to my understanding, Hazmat's been on the scene for years since. When did he move to? Okay, so I think in 2018, maybe 20. I don't know. I'm mixing my stuff up here, but for about 3 years before he hit the UFC scene, everybody kind of knew who this guy is. And yeah, let me explain something else about MMA. It's just like any other industry out there, like playing guitar. There's guys that can go to a gym and they're gym rats. They practice in all the disciplines, whatever, and they just smoke everybody in the gym, even the pros. But they don't fight. They're not pugilists, So that's really interesting to me. But those guys they'll never be in the UFC, and there's plenty of them out there. So if you think like who whatever guitarist you want to name right now is the best in the world, will just bet money that there's somebody out there that you've never heard of that plays his stuff just as good, if not better than him. So it's just there's just always levels to everything. That's kind of interesting, but yeah, I do agree with that, my man. I just think I think he's unbeatable right now, and I don't like that term. No one in the UFC has figured out how to beat the Dagestani Russian fighter. Nobody's figured it out yet. So, and that key to me, that riddle is very easy. You push them backwards. You don't let them use that cage. You have to pressure them into moving backwards, and that means you're going to take some shots and fight off some takedown attempts, but that's what has to be done. You cannot let those guys go forward, not with that style, because not only will they push you right into the cage, but they will cut the cage off. You will not be able to retreat from them. They will use the cage to put you on the ground, and then they'll smother you. And yeah, it's not a good scene, man, for those guys' opponents. I'm going back to this funny comment. I love it. Can I put a heart on this guy? There you go. We'll put a heart on it. Um, so again, I'm gonna try to shift gears again, right? Here we go. Talk about some reference quality stuff because the MC1, um, it has been quite the experience going from the Yamaha TSR 700 to the Basics Imativa Basics MC1. Um, Quite the experience. I think just by itself going from AVR to pre-pro was a good enough jump. You know, that was pretty cool. Uh, so I'm learning all kinds of things about home cinema, right? And all kinds of fun things, to be honest with you. Um, but I want to share with you some of the stuff I've been demoing lately because I think it's not on the radar. I do have some obvious picks here, but I have some other ones that maybe not so obvious, but you can really test out uh, your home theater. And the first one of those, this is not in any particular order. This is kind of how they came off the shelf. Alien Covenant. If you haven't seen the 4K of this, both audio and video are stunning. They're they're very good. And this one's it's a sleeper, but in my opinion, reference quality all day long. Now, Prometheus. I know you're going to say I'm a fanboy over here. Oh, you're just loving the Alien series, but again, reference quality, audio, reference quality, video. I mean, it's these two. I would actually give the nod to Prometheus if I had to. Um, for some reason, Prometheus just um, comes across the screen just I don't even know if it's measurable, but for whatever reason, I just feel like that's got a little bit better touch than Alien Covenant. So both of those are quite good material for demo reference material. Here's another one. We just put it on today, um, and this honestly blew my socks off. I mean the film was base heavy. I've been waiting for this DVD for this Blu-ray for some time. Live, die, repeat. Um, Before I forget, let me just say about this film. You know, when he hits that beach scene that first time, watching this through the pre-pro and on the LG was the first time because up until now I've only been able to stream it on Vudu. I could clearly see these projectile, whatever the aliens were firing with their little I don't know, whatever. They were like little rockets. And that's what I could see those clear as day for the first time. This transfer is beautiful. It's base heavy, but it's appropriate. It's scene appropriate. I mean, the audio, I just man, I've been enjoying these Blu-rays so much lately. They've been so fun. And this one, guys, all I can say is reference quality. I mean, it was just quite the fun watch, quite the experience. Now, this one, I'm a little ashamed to admit, I have never had this experience before. I have never seen Gravity, and as you know, it's a 5.1 mix. It is not even. It's not Atmos, not DTSX. Um, but man, having that experience in this home theater with the clarity, let me say again the way they shot that film, the cinematography, I just felt like it was all so well done. The writing, the audio, the way they did, the way they panned the audio, it was just an experience. Honestly, I don't know that I've had one like that to date. All these films I'm talking about are great reference quality stuff, but man, this one just blew me out of the water. CG, my guy, you watching the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre out tomorrow? You know, actually, I'm gonna wait on it. Okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit, but let me redirect you to a little known remake from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. Uh, Probably some other people that I'm missing in that film, but that might be my favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. So if you've seen it, it's a very fun watch. You know, I don't know that's reference quality or anything, guys. I'm not calling it demo material, but it's a fun watch. So yeah, check that out. I haven't even so typically I don't watch the previews be- because I think they just put too much of the previews in, in of the movie in the previews. So I've seen a little bit of the preview, but honestly, I don't like to be beat over the head so many times with the same story. That's actually why I like the Matthew McConaughey, Renee Zellweger version. It's a little bit different. It doesn't quite follow the same story. It does, but it doesn't. It's very interesting. I would highly recommend it. But not going. So to answer your question, to be clear, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna wait. I want to wait to see what other people have to say. I don't guess that's going to be demo quality, anything like that. Whatever. One and two are my favorites, of course. They're great, yes sir. But I also love three and four, and the '03 remake. Yeah, the '03 remake was actually that is shot really well. I will say that. I can't speak to the sound, but the video quality on that transfer or that film is really good, man. And they are good movies, but like I said, I just feel like between that and Rob Zombies, series of films with the Devil's Rejects and oh man, House of Wax, huh? Thank you, Maximus Prime here with the save House of a Thousand Corpses, right? And then there's another one, right? Isn't there like three of those films? Third? No, I think that's a newer one. Yeah, there's the third one. House of a Thousand Corpses. Thank you. Hey, CG got the save. Uh, thank you, my friend. Yeah, you got that in there. You and Maximus Prime double teaming that one. Um, let's see here. So those are some great reference films that I was talking about. Before we got sidetracked, right? These are some great reference films. Obviously, everybody knows the Gravity one, right? But let's see. House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, Three from Hell. Thank you, my friend. Yes, sir. Yeah, and they were. I think my favorite was House of a Thousand Corpses from that series, right? Yeah, I think yeah, and McKenna agrees, so that's good. Uh, so also I wanted to throw in a couple other like references. These are only films these are films I've recently been able to demo with the new MC1. So I just wanted to throw those out there. I thought it'd be a fun topic. I thought it would be something like, people could digest a little bit. But now I want to throw in just a couple of just goodies. So, where do I go first? All right, look, y'all. If you haven't seen Demolition Man, again, we're with another 5.1 mix here. We're not doing a crazy Dolby Atmos stuff, whatever. But we are talking, in my opinion, on a calibrated WRGB LG C1077. This thing's reference quality video, audio. Again, this is just wonderful. So if you haven't checked out Demolition Man, then that's just a fun aside. Let's see. I would love a House of a Thousand Corpses. Other than two, not so much. Yeah, I don't know. House of a Thousand Corpses just really took, man. I really did like that film, but I felt like Rob Zombie just showed his redundancy, I guess, with the following films, man. Corpses is basically TCM on Halloween. Yes, yeah, heavily influenced by TCM. Man, I'm with you all day long, my friend. I'm gonna put a star on that comment. Here's another really fun one, and this one I can't wait to demo through the MC1, and it's coming up soon because it's got a lot of music. It's got a great music soundtrack in it. And if you guys have a home theater or a good 5.1 setup at home, uh, something you can really enjoy. Again, we're going Blu-ray. The Crow. I'm just, man, y'all. This is the best transfer I've ever seen. I've seen this film go from uh, VHS to DVD to Blu-ray to streaming, and this here, the physical media, is without a doubt far and away. This is reference quality, y'all, all day long. Not only is it a great movie, it's reference quality all day. The way it's shot, the video, the music, again, it's just, man. What do we got here from The Crow is such a great movie, so dark and atmospheric, very cool. I own that one, sir. That's what I was actually. Thank you for articulating it that way. I thought as well, atmospheric. That's a great way to put it. It is a very dark film. It's a shadowy film. There's alleys and stuff, and of course, when the Thunderbird comes through there, and he's got the neons underneath the. You okay, buddy? Yeah. All right, well, just put it down, okay? Hey, Ash, can you just put it down? I put it in the trash. Thanks, dude. Can you close that door? Thank you. Ooh, and Charlie, man, he's doing good. Thank you, dude. Love you. All right. So, hey, sorry, that's just what happens, man, when you're in a small house and it's live, right? So, The Crow. That's just, I just think it doesn't give it enough love, man. It doesn't get enough love for being demo quality. That's what the whole conversation is here. Plus, I was a huge WCW and Sting fan, right? Like you wanted to root. I wanted to root for Sting after that because he was doing the Crow thing, but I just thought it was such sacred territory at the time. I was upset because I was like, oh, that's Brandon Lee. Just no. So I was like, oh, don't do it. Okay. Now, not only I'm gonna go to this next one's 4K. This is just another fun one, but it is yeah. Ashley Slash is just all up in it this evening. But hey, that's okay. We love him. He's a good boy. And he's getting a lot better. He'll be 5 this year, this summer. And man, we played catch today. Not for like the first time, but it was the first time. Like I could throw him a football. He could catch it and throw it back. That little guy's got an arm, man. It's pretty cool. So that was a great experience we had today, this evening. But anyway, this next one I'm going to talk about. See how much I'm just a rambler. I switch back and forth, shifting gears all the time. It is what it is. So this one I thought on Blu-ray. Again, this is another film I've seen go from VHS to DVD to Blu-ray to streaming service. Well, hey, if he wants to, I'm all about it, right? I would love for him to be the next 170 pound. Well, not the next, but I'd love for him to be a future 175, 170, 185 pound champion. Excuse me, mixed martial arts or combat sports. That would be awesome to me. Um, but hey, football's cool too, right? Excuse me, I feel like I got like a feather in there. So yeah, this is another film I've seen go from transfer to transfer to transfer through the whole gamut, and it's on stream as well. But the newest iteration of John Carpenter's The Thing. Come on, y'all. The newest transfer. Again, this is a 5.1 audio mix, DTS HD. But it is remastered in 4K. And that dull color palette that we get in the Blu-ray transfer, man, it really comes to life. I mean, this film, y'all, is reference quality all day long. I know I talked about Gravity, but I'd like to think that some of these movies on this list that I'm talking about this evening, I don't think we all know, like, okay, Ready Player One and whatever, there's just so much reference stuff that we all talk about. But I like talking about some of the goodies on the shelf. And this one here, guys, one of the best 4K transfers has ever been. Really incredible. Let's see. Normally I'd pop a Blu-ray in and compare, but because sometimes the Blu-ray can be better, but I didn't bother. My friend, I actually own a copy of this on Blu-ray from, man, years ago. I don't remember when I bought that thing. It's been so long ago. And I've always loved it. It's been beautiful. That's why I never purchased it streaming, because I'm like, hey man, I got the Blu-ray. And then I expected the 4K to be a waste. I was like, I'm going to end up watching the Blu-ray, you know, or whatever, giving this to a friend, whatever. I was so pleasantly surprised. They took the time with this film, um, and it's a true 4K digital intermediary there. So, man, the thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, is actually the second iteration of this film. I believe this is an early 50s film. Yeah, and the original crew was on a boat, I believe, and it had a female or two in the original cast. And that film was in black and white. So John Carpenter, um, obviously updated that idea and went with what the movie now we all love as The Thing. It's a total cult classic. It's a total everyone just loves it, and why not? It's just beautiful, everything about it. So yeah, this transfer right here, probably yeah, as well. I want to say The Crow, the video on that, man, and Demolition Man. Look, these are three really reference quality movies right here: The Crow, Demolition Man, The Thing. You want to see reference quality, that's where it's at, man. And of course these others. Might I say, live, die, and repeat, man. What an experience. Bass heavy, action, and CGI. Good CGI. Really good. I gotta say, Tom Cruise. He does those movies right. You know what I'm saying? But Gravity, Not only, I'm sorry, I'm just recapping here. Not only was Gravity shot well, I thought the script was written really well, amazing. It was so emotional. It was just up and down, suspenseful, thrilling, emotional, um, humorous. It's funny at times. And this was such an emotional roller coaster, emotional ride, man. I gotta give these people, whoever, like the people that made this movie, the people that were in it. I'm not really big fans of Sandra Bullock or George Clooney. I don't know off the top of my head who directed this, but talk about an emotional roller coaster. It was awesome. And in the theater on the MC1, it was awesome. 5.1 channel, TTS HD. It's really cool. Um, yeah, you know, there's some other hey, what we got here? What is CG got for us? The Dawn of the Dead 4K is incredible. You gotta pick that up some. Hey, can I ask you, sir, are you talking Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead where they're in the mall? Yeah, I gotta know that. I gotta know that. Or shoot, right? Is that the one you're talking about? From Dusk Till Dawn. Yes, dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I actually do love Dust Till Dawn, my friend. Hey, uh, yeah, remind me if you're talking about. I think that's Zack Snyder's right, where they're held up in the mall. The lady's pregnant. The original. Oh no, 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 no. The original George Romeo. Oh man. So that one, yeah, dude. Oh man, are you serious? I had no idea. Thank you for the suggestion, my friend. Let me ask you: is that 4-3? Is it just 4-3 when you're watching that? I know. I'm sorry, dude. I'm asking you so many questions, man. My bad. Like, but I really want to know. I really want to know this. What aspect ratio is that thing in? And did they convert it to color? And right, there's two versions of that film, right? There's the original black and white, and then there's the updated uh, re-release in Technicolor, right? Yeah. Am I? I don't know, dude. Hey, per usual, I could be wrong, right? Uh, so much stuff rattling around in there. But hey, we're at just past 30 minutes now, man. I just wanted to get on here and have some fun. Share a little bit of the demo stuff I've been doing, and I messed up this morning. I didn't talk about the huge news with the replacement in that UFC fight. But as you guys probably know, like I'm not ordering any more of these UFC pay per views. They're just, I think they're too much, and at some point we got to say, uh, well, okay. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like that, dude. I like that. I want to get that. Shit, dude, you're right, dude. Man, you're absolutely right. I am thinking Night of the Living Dead, not Dawn of the Dead. Thank you, dude, for getting me straight. I didn't give you another heart. You get all these hearts, dude. You're keeping me on track here, and I appreciate that. Yeah, you're exactly right. I was thinking Night of the Living Dead. Let's see. Um, Dawn's a sequel in color. Yes, Day of the Dead, the third film, Day of the Dead. That's the one with the military personnel. Yeah, and isn't chick from American Beauty in that one? I think so. And I should just have you on the show, dude. Do you, CG? Email me at uh. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I get this right. Hang on. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Hold up. Let me figure this out. Okay, look, just email me at hometheaterjoe81 at gmail. We'll get you on the show, brother. That'd be great. Let's see. Yeah, the underground. Yes, yes. I thought that was the weaker one in the series, but yeah, I really am a huge fan of which one? Yeah, Night and sorry, just going back through here. Man, I can't believe you said it's gorgeous though, honestly. And I'm gonna pick that up, dude. So uh and I shouldn't assume. I guess it's 5-1. Yeah, for the sound. Um, Dawn is the Mall, both original and remake. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I love that though. Oh man, I love them. I love them. I love the remake. I should say. That's the more modern one, right? Yeah, dude. Original Dawn, why they consider the best zombie movie ever? Yes, yes, yes. A lot of people love that for sure. Um, yeah, I love the idea of them being in the house. Well, just it starting in in the cemetery there, and then them being trapped in the farmhouse. Yeah, that whole dynamic. Then I guess they ended up, some of them separated, like in they locked some of them in the basement, and oh man, the whole thing came out. Some of them were upstairs. Yeah, that's a great one, dude. That just for some reason that made me think about the people under the stairs. You ever seen that one? That's a great one. Did you just say Centurion put Night of the Living Dead out on Blu-ray? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting, dude. That's what caught my eye. Centurion. I just recently got Centurion on Blu-ray, and I'm dying to demo that. But we kind of just watched it recently streaming, so I was trying to give it some time, some space. But I really do want to check that out as well, man. Tom Savini remade Night of the Living Dead 2, and it also top five. Um, Tom Savini, man, I'm gonna take your word for it, my friend. I do love a good zombie flick. Where are you with 28 Days Later? I mean, how do you feel about that one, man? Some people don't even like to call it a zombie flick. It's a virus. It kind of feels like a zombie flick to me. So I just think of it as a zombie flick. And I know the second one, 28 Weeks Later, is not as strong, but I'm a fan of Imogen Pote's. I like her work. What did oh yeah, she is in Centurion as well. That's where I recently saw her. Yeah, yeah, she's in that. Oh, dude, 28 Days Later is amazing. Yeah, it's awesome, man. It's a fun film. It is so scary. Honestly, like it changed everything because I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They wait a minute, they run and they're fast. This is bad, right? Changed the whole game. Oh man, and when homie there, when old dad's looking up at the thing, the blood drops down his eye, and he's like, "Oh, sweetie, you got the yeah, you got this bad." Dude, that's a great movie, right? Okay, yeah, it's a zombie flick. Rejuvenated genre. I totally agree. Led to things like Dawn remake, yes sir, and Walking Dead. Oh, wasn't The Walking Dead so good when it first came out, though, right? So good. And I think by like really season three, I was down with season three, but I think right after that, like season four, I was just over it, man. 28 Days Later, most realistic zombie apocalypse movie. Man, I love that film, dude. And I'm actually sitting here wondering why I don't have that on Blu-ray. So I'm gonna have to remember that. Hey, I do know what's dropping in April though. Um, both the original films, one and two, remastered 4K steelbook, heavy metal, the original, the 1980, what is that, 81, 83 classic, and heavy metal 2000. Both coming out steelbook 4K. Wait a minute. I might have fibbed to you. It might just be a Steel K Blu-ray, but I think it's Steel K 4K, Steelbook 4K. It's gonna be awesome, man. That's coming out in April. That's gonna be real cool. First five. There you go. Yes, first day. Really good, really good. Yes, sir. Let's see. 28 Days Later is famously filmed with a potato on purpose. Adds to the realism. It's awful. Yes, because oh man. Oh wow. I guess so. You talking about like when the gunshot goes to the back of the head, dude? Is that the scene you're talking about? In the right at the very end when they're trying to peel out of there? I really want to know. 28 Days Later is famously filmed with a potato on purpose. Adds to the realism. It looks awful. Yet so good. Oh, do you mean when they're eating them? Is that? I'm a little confused. Sorry, man. I'm a little slow sometimes. It's just the way it is, right? Uh oh no, the whole film. Okay, okay, okay. I'm kind of confused, but Yeah, I don't. I'm a little confused, but that's nothing new. But ir wait a minute, irregardless is not a word. Excuse me. Regardless, that's a great film. I love the franchise, honestly, and they teased the 28 months later so many times. It just hasn't happened, and it's kind of a letdown. But yeah, man, it's been a great evening. I do want. I look. I want to go get my kids' bed stuff. It's Friday tomorrow. They got one more day. They've been really good this evening. I do appreciate y'all hanging out, man, having a good time, dude. Just talking MMA stuff and reference quality, man. If you watch it on Blu-ray, you will notice that's the worst picture quality you've ever seen. That's okay, man. Jeez, Louise, thank you. You're making it. Wow, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, man. That's what. Yeah, the quality. Um, I agree. I haven't watched that film in so long. I own them on stream, but I would like to find a good Blu-ray. Do they? I don't. Is the 4K out of 28 days later? I'm not sure it is, but I would love to see that if they did it. Seems like to me that film was kind of grainy on Blu-ray though, or at least through stream. A little bit grainy on that one. So that one, if you're a grain hater, that one might be kind of bad if they put it to 4K. Excuse me. However, it is what it is. Again, I want to thank y'all for hanging out, man. It's been awesome. I do love like the Thursday night streams. It's been real fun, and I love talking this reference quality stuff. So hopefully, I'm gonna have lots more opportunity to demo some more material in my 5.2.2 system. Um, I'm gonna wait. Hopefully, if we can upgrade that just very soon to a 5.2.4 or a 7.2.2. So that'll be good. Yeah, as always. Well, wait a minute. Whoa, can't say that yet. Uh, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate you, and thanks for hanging in there, man. I know things have been a little different here in the community lately, but we're pushing through. Hopefully, right? Yeah. So, as always, thank y'all for listening. Be good. Be safe.